How Stoicism helps you not to screw up in difficult situations. Imagine a situation where you're late for an important meeting. The elevator breaks down, Uber cancels your ride, and your boss calls with bad news. Your heart is pounding, your brain is boiling, and your only desire is to explode or give up. But there is one philosophy that can turn chaos into calm, failure into a challenge, and panic into strength. This is Stoicism. In the conditions of modern life, where stress is at every turn, Stoicism has become a real antidote. Its practices help you to accept difficult situations with clarity, and not to be distracted by emotions that only get in the way. Let's see how this ancient philosophy can change your attitude to problems, and why it is so relevant in the 21st century. Mistakes of support in difficult situations. Why do we usually fail? In times of crisis, people often make three key mistakes. Overheating of emotions. When the situation gets out of hand, our brains switch to fight or flight mode. Instead of making sensible decisions, we rush at anything that moves or frees. We focus on the uncontrollable. We start thinking about things that cannot be changed. What if I had left earlier? Why did this happen today? These questions only deepen the despair. Expectation of a perfect outcome. People tend to think that everything should go according to plan. But life is chaos. When something goes wrong, we feel guilty, ashamed, or even angry. What do the Stoics say about the crisis? Stoicism was born in ancient Greece and developed in the Roman Empire. Among the most famous Stoics are Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. They were not theoretical philosophers who sat in libraries. They lived amidst war, political intrigue, and constant threats to their lives. The basic idea of Stoicism is simple. There is what you control, and there is what you don't control. Distinguish between them and act accordingly. Practical principles of Stoicism that will help in difficult moments. 1. Breathe and analyze the situation. When a crisis comes, the first thing Stoics advise is to stop and breathe. Breathing helps to stabilize the nervous system and allows you to use logic. Instead of reacting like all is lost, ask yourself, what exactly happened? What actions can I take now? What is out of my control? Example, are you late for an important meeting? Instead of panicking, apologize, and offer an alternative. Your calm reaction can make a better impression than accuracy. 2. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus said, don't worry about things that are not in your control. This is a key idea of Stoicism. Example, is your boss losing his temper because of a project failure? You can't change his reaction, but you can explain your actions calmly and clearly. 3. Visualize the worst-case scenario. Premeditatio malorum. The Stoics had an interesting practice. They consciously imagined the worst-case scenario. This helped them accept reality and reduce their fear of the unknown. Example, are you afraid of losing your job? Think of an action plan, what you will do next, what skills you can use for a new job. The realization that life will not end already brings relief. 4. Change the interpretation of events. It's not the event, it's your attitude toward it. Marcus Aurelius said, events are neutral in themselves. It is we who give them meaning. Example, if you are fired from your job, it is not necessarily a failure. It can be a chance to find something better or finally do what you love. 5. Practice gratitude even in a crisis. Seneca advised to find something to be grateful for every day, even if the day was difficult. Example, if your stress level has increased because of a new project, be thankful for the opportunity to learn something new. Why does Stoicism work in our time? Stoicism does not promise that life will become easier, but it helps to change your attitude to difficulties, which in itself changes the quality of life. In a world where we are faced with news of crises, wars, and personal problems every day, Stoicism provides a foundation for inner peace. It helps not only to survive but also to flourish, even in the most difficult circumstances. Conclusion: acting like a Stoic is a choice. The next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, try acting like a Stoic. Stop, breathe, analyze what is under your control, change your interpretation of events, be grateful for what you have. Life will not be without problems, but with the right attitude, you can go through any difficulties with honor. What inspires you most about Stoicism? Share your thoughts and experiences.